Most marketers are using Gemini wrong. They're treating it like just another chatbot. But Gemini isn't just a chatbot. It's a productivity layer that sits inside of your tools that you're using every single day. Imagine analyzing 6 months of campaign data, writing 20 ad variations, researching your competitors, summarizing customer feedback, all before your second cup of coffee. Hello, my name is Ross Simmonds, founder and CEO of Foundation Marketing and Distribution.ai. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to use Gemini for business, not just to generate content, but to plug it into your existing marketing systems so your work moves faster without adding a whole bunch of new tools. And because I know you want to hit the ground running, I put together a free Gemini toolkit. It's got a ton of prompts and templates and workflows that I'm about to show you. It's perfect for anyone trying to implement this stuff immediately. But for now, let's get into it. Google Gemini overview. Before we jump into the use cases, here's how to think about Gemini not as a tool, but as a layer within your org. Think about it that it sits on top of your content, your campaigns, and your data. Instead of thinking of it about switching from tab to tab between systems, Gemini works where you already work. A lot of people think Gemini is just Google's version of ChatGPT. That's not even close. There are 4 reasons marketers should pay attention. 1, it's multimodal. From the ground up, meaning it understands text, it understands video, it understands images and code all together in one place. A lot of the other tools have knowledge cutoffs. Gemini, it can access current data as it exists right now. It pulls real-time information directly from Google search. Gemini has context windows of up to 1 million tokens, meaning that you can analyze massive amounts of documents, campaign data, or long research in a single conversation without it losing the context. And it lives inside of Google Workspaces, Gmail, Docs, Sheets, Slides, Calendar, all of that. That's what makes it different. It's not just about what Gemini can generate, it's where it works. Sounds pretty cool, right? Getting started with Gemini. You can use Gemini on desktop, mobile, or directly inside of Workspace. For complex marketing tasks, desktop, in my opinion, is best. For quick research, mobile is great too. There's a free tier to get started, and Google AI Pro unlocks deep research, extended context, and full Workspace integration. Wherever you access it, and whatever tier you choose, here's the part that will actually change your results. Google's Gemini prompt formula. When it comes to prompting any AI chat, remember that vague prompts create vague outputs. Specific inputs create strategic outputs. So we aren't just going to be prompting Gemini, we're going to brief it, give it background, role, instructions, expectations, and formats directly into the system so you can get valuable outputs. Let's break that down. B, background, give it the context. R, role, tell it who it's acting as. I, instructions, be clear about what you want done. E, expectations, define the outcome. F, format, tell it how to structure the output. Now let's take a look at this in action. Background. We're a SaaS company selling marketing automation software to mid-sized B2B companies. Role. You are a B2B content marketing manager. Instructions. Create a blog post outline about marketing automation best practices. Expectations. Educate readers and position our solution as the next step that they should take. Format. 5 main sections with subheadings formatted as a numbered list, and make sure it's optimized for both search and conversion. Now Gemini isn't just guessing, it's executing from a clear brief. From here on out, every workflow that you use should follow the brief method. Marketing workflows with Gemini. There are 3 main ways for marketers to use Gemini effectively. The first one is content creation. The second, strategy and planning. And the last, data analysis. Whatever part of your workflow feels the heaviest, I want you to start there. Let's dive into content creation. If content feels slow, inconsistent, this can be your first win. Most marketing teams is spending a lot of time here. The goal is simple. Stop starting from scratch every time. Blog posts and articles are a great place to start. Blogs can feel overwhelming when you treat every single post like a fresh idea. So build the structure first. Start with that brief formula to research your audience and understand what they're looking for. Not just write a blog post for me. Maybe you're going to have it surface trending questions, content gaps that exist against your content, and give you a strategic angle before you actually draft something. Once the chat is primed, stay in the same thread. Gemini remembers the context, the audience, the angle, so each refinement is going to get smarter. Now you can actually work on refinement. You can look at trending questions that you can incorporate. You can actually use it to create an outline for a chosen topic. And if that first outline feels generic, start to use more of the refinement by asking questions. Remember, that first draft is actually just a draft. It's a starting point. So you're going to refine it and prompt it to make adjustments, add optimizations for keywords, internal links, clarity, fact checking, etc. And don't be afraid to ask the LLM to actually clarify where this source came from. AI is going to help you scale the entire structure. You still own the insight, but the workflow is now modified. Ad copy. Ad performance feels inconsistent when you don't clarify the angle first. Don't just say, more variations, please. Decide what you're leading with. Urgency, benefits, social proof, AIDA, curiosities. Start with, again, the brief formula to generate structured headlines and variations across different psychological triggers. Now you can start refining by feeding your best performing headlines back into the same thread and generating controlled A/B tests from the winner. And having Gemini reshape that message for LinkedIn, Meta, or Google Ads without rewriting it from scratch. AI helps you scale content variations. You can still own the positioning, but that right there is your ad workflow. Social media oftentimes feels chaotic when it's reactive, so make it intentional. Start with the brief formula to generate a 30-day content framework. Now you can generate engagement-focused posts designed to start conversations and dialogues, not just fill up your feed. You can ask Gemini for strong hooks, contrarian angles, and clear prompts for discussion, so every single post has a built-in reason to comment. Then refine your distribution efforts. Have Gemini organize hashtags by potential reach tier and engagement, potential, high, mid, and niche. So you're not just guessing, you're intentionally balancing visibility and relevance. Good content needs smart distribution. AI helps you scale the structure. You still share the perspective, you own that, but that right there, that's your workflow. Email marketing. Email tends to underperform when there's no clear progression. So structure the journey first. Don't start with a single email, start with the full sequence. Use the brief formula to generate a structured 5-email nurture flow with timing, intent, and conversion all built in. And now you can test subject lines, curiosity, urgency, and benefit-driven angles all in your drafts. You can draft each email section by section instead of generating it all at once. Then move into personalization. Feed Gemini into your existing email templates and ask it to layer in dynamic content blocks. AI helps you scale sequencing and personalization. You still own the strategy and relationship, but that's your email workflow. So that's content. But remember, you don't have to start there. If your campaigns feel messy before content even begins, then your starting point isn't blog posts or ads, it's research and planning. Let's take a look at that. Strategy and planning workflows. If your launch feels scattered, reactive, the problem is probably not the content, it's the strategy. Before you create anything, you need clarity on where you're going. The goal is simple: build direction before you execute. And this is why market research is so important. Strategy feels shaky when you don't have clarity on the market, so start by understanding your entire landscape and start with the brief formula to generate a structured market research report grounded in live data. Not just analyze the market. Have it build a research plan, pull current data, and synthesize those findings into something that's actionable. Now you can ask it to surface emerging trends and explain what they actually mean for your positioning. Upload some of your customer data and generate detailed personas with pain points, objections, and buying triggers. You could even use Gemini to generate a SWOT analysis rooted in real current market data and ask for recommendations around what actions you should take based off of that SWOT. Remember, do not treat the first report as final. Ask follow-up questions and pressure test every assumption that is made. That's your market research workflow. AI helps you understand the landscape, but you have to decide where to compete. Competitive intelligence. Broad research will tell you the market. Competitive intelligence will tell you where you fit inside of it. If campaign direction feels unclear, this is a good starting point. Again, start with the brief formula to analyze competitor positioning and content patterns using deep research. Not just what are they doing? Ask, how are they positioning themselves? Now you can ask where competitors are over-prioritizing the same value proposition. Identify underserved audience segments, compare tone, pricing, positioning, and target industries. Generate positioning recommendations based on white space. That's your competitive intelligence workflow. Don't make the mistake of copying competitor messaging instead of identifying gaps. Remember, AI helps you see the pattern. You decide how to stand out. Campaign planning. Ideas feel scattered when they're not structured. So don't brainstorm randomly. Structure the thinking first. Start with the brief formula to generate a campaign concept with a built-in audience, channels, metrics, and timelines. And instead of generating 5 mediocre ideas, I want you to expand one concept into multi-channel execution plans across paid, organic, email, and content. And then pressure test budget allocation across those channels. That's your campaign planning workflow. AI helps you structure campaigns. You still choose what to launch. Creative direction and briefs. Execution breaks down when briefs are vague. So once strategy is locked in, formalize it. Don't make the mistake of skipping the brief and jumping straight into asset creation. Start with the brief formula, and it will help you generate a structured creative brief. Now you can ask it to map every required asset with format specs, timelines, and more. That's your strategy workflow. AI helps you formalize clarity. You still define the vision. So that's strategy. But what's strategy without measurement? It's just a guess. So let's talk about how Gemini helps you analyze performance and turn raw data into real decisions. Data analysis workflows. If reporting feels overwhelming, then this is where Gemini becomes your analyst. Most marketers don't struggle with getting data, they struggle with interpreting it. Quick note for this section. When uploading datasets, make sure you follow your company's AI usage and data privacy policies. Super important. All right. Data reporting. If reporting is what's slowing you down, this should be your starting point. Upload a campaign CSV file to chat with Gemini, or have Gemini translate raw data directly into a Google Sheet itself. Let's say you wanted to work through a report on your campaigns and how they performed over the last quarter. Ask Gemini to summarize the overall performance trend, identify top performing channels, flag underperforming campaigns, and calculate your customer acquisition costs, and highlight budget reallocation opportunities that you might not see. Now, instead of rows and formulas, you get a clear executive summary. Data isn't just collected, it's interpreted. And that right there is your reporting workflow. AI helps you interpret the numbers. You still decide what to change. Customer insights. If reporting isn't your bottleneck, but messaging feels generic, then this might be where you actually want to start. Let's say you poll your Q1 support tickets or onboarding survey responses, and instead of reading through 50 or 100 responses manually, you upload that dataset to Gemini. You ask it to identify recurring themes, surface some of the common objections, group emotional language, and come up with messaging based on real customer quotes. Chef's kiss. Now you're not just guessing what your audience cares about. You're positioning directly against what they're telling you. That's your insight workflow. That's how raw feedback turns into strategic messaging, and AI helps you detect the patterns that still allow you to own your position in the market. If you like this idea of working directly inside your existing tools instead of jumping between tabs, this is where Gemini actually gets even more powerful. Let's talk about Google Workspace. So far, we've used Google Gemini as a strategist. Here's ways that it can actually work inside of your existing tech stack. In Gmail, you can draft replies, summarize long threads, and even search your inbox with natural language. In Google Docs, you can generate drafts with "help me write" and research in the side panel while you work, and reference other documents without actually going to Drive and going from one tab to the next. In Google Sheets, you can analyze data without writing formulas, you can ask questions in plain English, and generate charts from your spreadsheet instantly. In Google Slides, you can create entire presentation outlines, generate speaker notes, and even create full-on visuals in your deck. With your CRM, you can export contacts, enrich them with company research and context, and import deeper insights back into your systems. With automation tools like Zapier or Make, you can trigger workflows where Gemini researches new leads, drafts, personalized follow-ups, and logs CRM notes automatically. I love integrating HubSpot directly with my Gmail account because it allows me to move faster. The possibilities here are absolutely endless. Once you've mastered those core workflows, this is where Gemini becomes a growth multiplier. Let's talk about some advanced workflows for video marketing. Use Gemini to structure scripts, optimize YouTube titles and descriptions, and even generate thumbnail concepts that are aligned with the emotional triggers and click psychology of consumers. Instead of guessing what might perform, you can build videos with strategy baked in. When it comes to SEO, you can go beyond blog drafting. Use Gemini to help you understand keyword clusters against keyword data that you've already validated. Surface content gaps that your competitors are ranking for. Identify ways that you can structure your content to be in the featured snippets, or even get guidance on technical SEO. You will be able to see more things, but you still have to choose what to prioritize. On the product marketing side, You can use Gemini to help you understand angles based off of competitive analysis, map technical features into customer-facing benefits, build launch timelines with pre-launch, post-launch, phases all aligned across different channels. Folks, AI helps you explore positioning options. You decide which one becomes your narrative. So how can you tell if implementing all of this was even worth it? Well, here's how to measure the impact. AI should make your marketing better, not just faster. If you're not measuring the impact, then you're just guessing. And you only have to track 3 simple things. Time saved. How long did tasks take you now versus before using Gemini? Output volume. Are you producing more insights, more campaigns, more pieces of content at the same quality level as before? And then performance lift. Are AI-assisted campaigns improving your engagement, your conversions, or revenue? Then I want you to calculate the ROI. Time saved multiplied by hourly cost. Add productivity gains, subtract tool costs, and measure revenue impact. Start to refine what works. Drop what doesn't. That's how you measure success. Folks, AI helps you scale execution. You still own performance. So, we just covered a lot. Here's your action plan. Don't try to implement everything at once. Pick one workflow, the one that slows you down the most. Content, reporting, research, planning. I don't know, start there. Then layer Gemini into what you're already doing. Don't build a brand new process. Improve the one that exists. The marketers who learn to use AI as a system advantage now are going to build leverage that they'll be able to take for decades. The ones who hesitate, they're going to spend the next year trying to catch up. And if you want help implementing everything that we discussed today, I've linked a free Gemini toolkit with prompts, templates, step-by-step workflows, all below to help you implement everything that we covered. And please, drop a comment. Which of these workflows you think you could embrace in your business? If you like this video, make sure to give it a like and a subscribe to HubSpot Marketing for more. We give practical workflows about AI and marketing every single week that you can start implementing today. And I'll see you on the internet.